SQL injection is a clever way attackers trick a database by sending unexpected input that gets treated as real SQL. And today, we're going to understand it perfectly with simple examples. Before we continue, let me make something very clear. This demonstration is not meant to encourage hacking, attacking websites, or breaking into systems you don't own. The only purpose of this tutorial is education and helping you secure your own applications. Everything shown here should be used responsibly and legally. In our database, we have one user, username admin, and password 1234. Now let's see how SQL injection really works using Python, Flask, and Oracle. We begin with the unsafe code. On the screen, you can see the login function. The important part is the cursor creation, and right after that, the SQL query that places the username and password directly inside the string. Then the query is printed and immediately executed. This is the dangerous part, because whatever the user types becomes part of the SQL. There is no filtering, there is no protection. The database just trusts it. When the page is loaded with a GET request, Flask simply returns the login page. It's just a simple HTML form. You can find the template on GitHub. The link is in the description. Now let's run the unsafe code. I open the browser and go to the server address. First, I log in with admin and 1234. It works. In VS Code, we can see the SQL that was printed. I copy that SQL and run it in the command prompt so you can see the result directly from Oracle. As you can see, this SQL output is being displayed and the login was already successful. Next, I try admin 1 and 1234. This time the login fails, and again we see the SQL output in VS Code. I also run this version in the command prompt. It behaves exactly as expected. This SQL query doesn't return any rows, just as expected, so the login fails. Nothing unusual so far. Now comes the interesting part. I type the classic SQL injection payload into the username field, or 11, and I put anything as the password. Even though the password is wrong, the login succeeds. Why? Let's check the printed SQL. The query becomes something like username equals empty string or 1 equals 1, and because of the comment marks, everything after that, including the password check, is ignored. The database reads it as if 1 equals 1, return the user, and of course 1 always equals 1. That's why it logs in. When we run the same SQL in the command prompt, we get the same result. This is exactly what SQL injection does. Now let's fix it. Here is the safe version of the code. Look at the key lines. The SQL statement now uses placeholders instead of injecting text, and the values are sent separately as parameters. When the query is printed, you can see only the structure of the SQL, not the actual values. The parameters are handled safely by the database driver. They never become part of the SQL text, so they cannot break the query. Let's test it. I run the server again and log in with admin and 1234. It works as expected. In VS Code, the printed query shows the placeholders instead of raw values. Oracle takes those variables and binds them safely behind the scenes. That is why this method is secure. Then I test admin 1 and 1234. Login fails and the output confirms it. And finally, I try the same SQL injection payload as before. This time it doesn't work. The login fails. The database treats the injection as plain text, not as SQL, and that's exactly how we protect our applications. So in this video, we learned what SQL injection is and how to stop it using proper parameter binding. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to check out the courses section where you can watch many free Python tutorials. And if you want to support us, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the video. Thanks for watching.